to join us on stage. May I request Shri Jayesh Ranjan to escort Honorable Governor Shri J.R. Jishnudev Varmaji onto dais. Jayesh Ranjan Garu is the Principal Secretary, Government of Telangana, Industry and Commerce, and IT Department to the government and chairperson of the Festival Committee of Hyderabad Literary Festival. May I request my fellow director, Professor Vijay Kumar, to escort Her Excellency Ambassador Mitska Vichen, Ambassador Lithuania to India, our guest of honor. Please come on stage. I request my friend and fellow director, Dr. Kinnara Murthy, to accompany the distinguished guest, actor, activist, Padma Bhushan awardee, Ms. Shabana Azmi. May I request everyone to please rise for the Indian National Anthem. Vijay, do join us. Vijay, do join us on stage.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
And thank you, Hyderabad. Thank you, dear audience, delegates, friends, to join us here this morning for the largest creative event in Hyderabad. I'm happy that over the last 15 years, HLF has made its mark, and in your calendars, but more significantly in your hearts. Thank you so much for giving your heart and time and energy for this festival, the Hyderabad Literary Festival. It is called the Festival of People, for the people, and by the people. And HLF does boast and hosts people from a variety of creative spheres: poets, authors, translators, literateurs, actors, theatre personalities, dance theatre and music performers, visual artists, photographers, filmmakers, film directors, scriptwriters, actors, scientists, environmentalists, activists, journalists, cartoonists, the list goes on. Because this festival is celebrating life and letters in all its forms. The festival has this appeal because all of us connect with each other through the word, through the song, or an image. Somebody asked me yesterday what is the motto of the Hyderabad Literary Festival. The motto is, it's free and open to all. It is of relevance and accessible for all. This is Hyderabad Literary Festival. 2025 edition brings Sindhi as a language in focus. We're all aware that Sindhi is a language without a state, but it has two countries. Response from Sindhi writers, artists, and others has been hugely encouraging. And please note that Sindhi culture has now found a home in Delhi. Films, Lithuanian visual artists, workshops, and an academic and Indologist who is a specialist in Sanskrit. I assure you, dear friends, HLF 2025 is geared up for an amazing lineup over the next 3 days. 275 resource people, over 200 events, exhibitions at a dozen locations in 2 different festival venues, covering a large complex. So you have this very beautiful Sattva Knowledge City, and right next door, the Tea Hub, which is another beauty of a nugget in this financial district, the new city of Hyderabad. Friends, you're aware that we are an environmentally conscious festival. The use of plastic or flex is minimal. We try to do recyclable material. In fact, you will find the flexes of last year walking around stylishly in bags, making a fashion statement and environmental statement. So do pick up 1 or 2, you may find them, and join us in this movement. We also urge over our social media that people please bring your own bottle. I'm talking about water here. Bring your own bottle that may be filled at the water stations. We are here to reduce anything that can be substituted by products more sustainable, reusable, biodegradable. Dear friends, as I mentioned, there are 15 streams to this festival in 12 different locations, carefully and sensitively curated by our core group and organizers. And I'm not going to be able to take you through all of them. You do have access to them on the tabloids, on the schedules. There are QR codes all around. Again, the idea is to reduce the use of paper. Do log on to the QR code, log on to our website, and find the locations that are here, as I said, between Sattva Knowledge City and the Tea Hub. And in Tea Hub, for example, we're very happy to have the moving images. The films are being run all through the days, all 3 days. The stage talk is there. Culture and interludes also have a home in this very beautiful building next to the Knowledge City here. For those of you who can walk, it is really less than 3 minutes walk from here, either gate number 8 or gate number 10. Or we have also organized buddies that are available from gate number 8. Has only 1 paid member. And all of us do it because this madness cannot otherwise be put together year after year unless there is joy, there is culture, there is learning, and sheer tour de force to make this city deserve the kind of culture, the kind of guests, the kind of people that we invite here every year. Friends, here's to a fabulous HLF 2025. I invite my colleague, Dr. T. Vijay Kumar, to now talk about the 15 years of the festival.
వేదిక పైన వేదిక కింద ఉన్న ఎందరో మహానుభావులు అందరికీ వందనాలు. The story of HLF begins in 2010, but its history goes back to 2005 when an online open access journal, Muse India, was started to showcase the range and richness of Indian literature to a global readership. The first HLF organized by Muse India in 2010 was dedicated to poetry, and nearly 100 poets representing different Indian languages participated. HLF 2014 was a sort of a turning point when an entire street in Banjara Hills was turned into a lit street with events spread across 5 cultural spaces. From then on, HLF began to grow steadily in terms of its scope and its reach. Several organizations working in the spaces of literature, culture, and art began to join hands, expanding the scope and the reach of the festival. As a result, today, HLF is no longer a single festival, but a federation of festivals, all committed to promoting the brand image of Hyderabad as a city of creative energies. The fact that the 2024 edition of HLF held at Satwa Knowledge City, one of Asia's largest tech parks, that it turned out to be the most successful edition of the festival is a testament to Hyderabad city's ability to synergize culture and cutting-edge technology. Some renowned speakers have called HLF a citizens' festival, while others termed it as a festival with a heart. As HLF reaches a mini landmark of a decade and a half, we can look back in satisfaction at its impressive growth without compromising on this essential character of the festival. We also take this opportunity to reaffirm HLF's commitment to being a platform for the free expression of ideas, civilized conversations, passionate debates, and polite disagreements. As always, in this endeavor, we seek your support, the support of the proud inheritors of the cosmopolitan and composed culture of the cosmopolitan culture of this wonderful city founded by a Sufi poet. Thank you very much. I now invite Sri Jayesh Ranjanji to preside over and conduct the proceedings. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. His Excellency, Honorable Governor of Telangana, Shri Jishnudev Verma ji, distinguished guest, Shabana Azmi ji, Her Excellency, Lithuanian Ambassador to India, my colleague, Dr. Kinnera Murthy, all the invitees, guests, members of the organizing committee. It's a matter of great pride to be present during the inaugural ceremony of the 15th edition of HLF. We just heard from my colleagues Professor Vijay Kumar and Amita Desai on how this festival over a period of 15 years has grown into one of the most premier lit fests in the country. At one point in time, I remember, I've been occupying this position for more than a decade now. I remember on earlier occasions when I would come to be a part of this inaugural ceremony, I would make some effort to find out how many lit fests are happening in the country. And I recall more than a decade ago, there would be about 15 festivals, the number grew to 20 and 30. Now I have stopped taking stock because possibly the number has gone beyond 100. Of course, some of them are of kind of varying quality and content, but the fact that to stand out in the crowd of the literary festivals and continue to attract best authors, people of ideas, and most importantly, continue to attract our audience more than anything else, attract newer and newer audience year after year, which in a way also has compelled us to choose a better venue, a bigger venue. And for the last few years, we are organizing the festival here in this beautiful venue of the Hyderabad Knowledge City. It is all very gratifying and satisfying. So I look forward to all of you participating in each of our sessions over the next 3 days. As was mentioned, it takes lots of effort to curate a festival, while today is the culmination. But most of the work has been going on for almost 8 to 9 months now. In fact, the moment the festival ends, planning, hard work, efforts, it eventually culminates in this wonderful 3 days of program. Like every year, best authors whose books have been published over the last 1 year are going to be in person to present their books, to speak about their books. And as my colleague Amita pointed out, there are 15 streams. This is again something which is very special, very unique about HLF. There are other festivals, as I said, where book talks, book presentations, panel sessions happen. But this is one of the very few festivals where there is a dedicated film screening. There are dedicated sessions for young audience called the Nanda Nukkad. There are thematic sessions on science, on technology, and the informality of it all. It's absolutely open, and while we are just at the beginning stage of the 3-day event, as sessions go by, as days go by, there won't be even standing space till the far end of this, because people appreciate the openness and the informality and the warmth through which this kind of a festival is inaugurated. So I'm very grateful to everyone who has chosen to associate themselves. I'm very sure that space will run out. We will have to again put a bigger board, because many companies who have joined hands with us, they see value in participating in this event. One, of course, is to show solidarity with a city event which we take pride in the government to be associated with. And it's also a great branding opportunity. People of a particular kind of mindset come to these festivals, and for a brand to capture their mind space, capture their attention, again is something very valuable. I'm also grateful to Mr. Vijay Agarwal. He's here. He's the owner of the Sampa Group, for being so generous in allowing the use of this venue. While Friday is a working day, all of you would have understood that we are actually in the middle of a very thriving IT park. It's a working day. Thousands of people work here, and any other space or company would have very easily told us no, but they have been able to accommodate this event, and I'm again grateful on behalf of the committee for this gesture. We look forward to hosting this event again and again, taking your feedback, taking your suggestions, and making it even bigger and better as years go by. Once again, warm welcome to all of you. Thank you very much. And I would now request our distinguished guest, renowned actor Shabana Azmi ji, to share her thoughts Of course, she'll be speaking in the inaugural plenary in conversation with Amita Desai, a life in cinema. But please also speak a few words as a part of this formal inaugural ceremony. Rishabhana as well.
Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Lithuania, Festival Directors, Festival Chair, distinguished members on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. I love Hyderabad, period. I was born in Hyderabad and I have a special relationship with the city. Not only because I was born there, but my cousin here, Mariam, who's sitting in her father's house, my father, who was a progressive writer and was at the progressive writers meeting, met my mother and they fell in love, otherwise I would not be on this planet. So what more reason? You know, the Hyderabad Literature Festival was bound to happen in a city which is so known for its writers. I remember when we used to come to Hyderabad, Makhdoom, Mohyuddin, Sarwar Danda, all these people were around us. Vishwamitra, Adil, you name them and they were all here. So my earliest memories of Hyderabad are being in the midst of all these progressive writers and poets. So I want to congratulate you. It's an idea whose time had to come, and I'm so delighted to see the long strides that you have taken since it first started. I'm particularly grateful because of the great tribute you paid my father, Kafi Azmi, on his 100th anniversary. And I think that, you know, literature festivals are so important because in this world of technology, we are losing our contact with books. As a person, as a child who grew up amidst books, have always watched my father either reading or writing. My husband, Javed Akhtar, always writing or reading. I like to believe that they are poets, and so I provide the inspiration. Whether or not I do, it's good for me to think about it. But really, it is so important to have gatherings of this kind because you get in touch with people who love books. You get still alive. And that we have to make connections in a way that it also becomes very attractive to the young. Because the young are so stuck with their devices and they have very, very short time span. And I always believe that today, if young people are not reading books, we are to blame. Because we've not set any examples. If they don't see their parents ever reading, if their parents never go to watch theatre, never go to an art exhibition, never go to a classical music concert, from where are they going to learn? Children learn by example. And if so, we take our responsibility seriously, that if we want our children to be interested, we have to do it ourselves. Coming from a family of book lovers, I cannot even imagine that there could be a time when people wouldn't read. But without portioning blame to anybody, because you have to accept the challenges of technology. But there's something so magical about picking up a book in your hand. There's something so magical about the fragrance that you have in a book that I think of all the various arts that fuel a child's imagination, there is nothing more impactful than a book. A book takes you into a world. A book fuels your imagination. A book helps you absorb language in a way, because all of us as social beings want to communicate. But if we don't have the words to communicate, how will we do it? So I congratulate all of you, and I cannot tell you how precious it is for me to be at the Hyderabad Lit Fest, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shabana Singh. I would now request our guest of honor, as was told already. Lithuania is the country of focus during this event. We are represented by Her Excellency Diana Makovici, the Ambassador to India, and I would request her to address the audience.
Ms. Shabana, as my distinguished guest, I can't tell you how honored am I, because you are the face of Indian cinema. It's all diversity to me, and I grew up watching your films. I'm so happy to share a dais with Honorable Mr. Ranjan. We have a common friend, I understand, so it's very nice to meet you today. And dear three directors of this wonderful festival who have worked day and night. I know how hard it was to make it happen. Dear friends, good morning, Hyderabad. I'm very, very happy to be here. I have been to Hyderabad before, and I've been really happy to have the opportunity to bring Lithuania into the focus of this edition of Hyderabad Literature Festival. But I have to say, a very long-standing relationship with India, and Hyderabad too has been in my focus for many, many years. I'm a career diplomat, so I work in and with many countries. But India has been a special country to me because I am an Indologist by training, and I'm an Indophile for all times. I think this will always be a special country to me. I've read a lot of books, and I remember, I don't know which book it was, but it was a fiction book from India translated into Lithuanian language long, long ago, which said that Telugu apparently is the most difficult language on earth, because there was a legend that the king of some country dispatched envoys to different countries to learn local languages and report to him after 1 year. The only person who came back after 1 year from Telugu country, he said, sorry, it's so difficult, I'm not able to learn. So therefore, it's a country that requires, a much deeper study. While I admit that it too sounds to me very difficult, I'm a very big fan of Indian languages. I've studied Sanskrit, I'm studying Hindi, I can speak some Hindi, so maybe one day, And I have to say that the Telugu song from one film, Sagara Sangamam, remains an ever favorite, song of mine. Maybe in a smaller surrounding, I would be able to sing a little bit of Mona Mela Noi, because this is just. So I've come to Hyderabad. I came to Hyderabad for the first time in '99 as a student of History of Indian Art in Delhi. I was traveling around and I saw the old city. Of course, the old city, Golconda Fort, and the places of heritage, which left a very deep impression on me. And the next time I came, it was 2 years ago, and I came to the Pharma City, I came to the high-tech city. I was barely able to recognize the city. So when we talk heritage, and we talk history, and we talk literature, but we also mean a lot of new things that has happened, the development, which I don't think high-tech city existed in '99. We probably drove past on the way to Golconda at that time. But this is a symbol what the new India is and what potentials in new partnerships and collaborations it brings to us, to a country like mine, which is also, it might be a very small country, but it's a very, very highly literate country and a very high-tech country with fintech and high-tech and pharma and biotech. So I'm here also meeting the pharma companies. We have brought, I think, the best of Lithuania to this festival for the people of Hyderabad to enjoy, and I'm very happy about it. We have a very well-known writer, Yaroslava Smelnikov, who's an award-winning fiction author. We will have his sessions, and also one of the movies will be screened, which is based on his, short story. We have a Sanskrit professor from Vilnius University. The secret is that Lithuanian language is recognized to be the closest living sister language to Sanskrit for many mysterious reasons. So we'll have a session dedicated to that. And Professor was also my teacher of Sanskrit, so he's also my guru. I'm very happy to see him here. We brought a watercolor artist, Aglia, who is taking a picture of us right now. She paints these wonderful watercolors, so please take a look at them. And water is in fact the key word for Lithuania. We have plenty of water. We are a country of water. And on India, so I will also be passed off for an author in one of the sessions. So this is the quartet that has come from Lithuania to Hyderabad. But we are also, of course, very keen to watch and listen and meet others. I really know that after this stay in Hyderabad, I will come back with a huge number of visiting cards and a very good group of new friends. So I look forward to this festival as a place to meet friends, to share ideas, and to bring more ideas for our future collaborations. I'm so happy to be here. I have to just give my thanks to the three directors of the festival, especially Amita Desai, who was relentless in persuading us to come and become the country of focus, and also to our honorary consul here in Hyderabad, Kiran Divi, who is not here this morning, but he will be with us in the evening, who has helped us a lot because we are far away here in Delhi. So local help is always very much required. Thank you so much. I look forward to most interesting discussions, and I wish festival to live hundreds of years from now on to bring literary contacts to a new level, to new heights. Thank you so much.
Thanks for helping get such renowned artists, authors, poets to be a part of this year's festival. I'm now very honored to invite the chief guest, His Excellency the Governor of Telangana, to deliver the inaugural address, please.
Namaskar, Her Excellency Diana, Lithuanian Ambassador of India, Srimati Shabana Azmi. She requires no introduction. Face of our Indian cinema globally. Sri Jayesh Ranjan IS, Principal Secretary Industry and Commerce, Dr. T. Vijay Kumar, Festival Director, Ms. Amita Desai, Festival Director, Dr. Kinera Murthy, Festival Director, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to participate at the Hyderabad Literary Festival 2025, a vibrant confluence of literature, art and culture. When the director came to invite me, I was looking forward to this occasion because I heard a lot from her about this literary fest. Actually, we were planning a literary fest in the Governor House, in Lal Bhavan. Maybe next year we'll do it with your help. We will have a, Hyderabad Northeast Connect, a literary fest that will highlight both Hyderabad literary contributions and the northeastern states. Because after all, literature is something that communicates. That's the medium of expression, like all arts do. And I have always been very fond of the arts. Because the arts embody the spirit of creativity. It is the pursuit of reaching a perfection. And it is a symbol of fulfillment. Like in our Upanishad, we say that the chief aim of life, people ask what is life for, what is life? In the Upanishad, in the Purna Sloka, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudichyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. It is the fulfillment of life. And without literature, life is not fulfilled. And I have been fortunate enough to fall into a family of artists. And Tripura is a very small state, but we are very conscious about art and literature. My mother was a painter. One of my uncles was the principal of the Kala Bhavan in Shantiniketan. And my grandfather, he was also a painter and a writer. So I have grown up in this atmosphere of literature, art and culture. And I always believe that if society is to progress, this soft power is necessary. And I was the other day at the book fair, Hyderabad book fair. I saw a lot of people there, but they were very concerned. Publishers, they were selling the sale of books have gone down. So when I was giving a speech, I told them, why not we give a book as a present in anniversaries or birthdays or some other occasions. And I firmly believe that the book is going nowhere. It is going to survive. There may be alternative forms of reading, like the digital form, or you may have an audio book. You may have different forms, but you have to read. If the society is to move forward, if we are to discover ourselves and discover this world and find our strengths and find our power, we have to read. It may be the digital form, in the conventional form, or the audio form, whatever form it may be, but we have to read. And I am, as the old timer, I am very fond of the conventional form. I like the smell of paper, I like to hold a book in my hand. And I find it the most undisturbing. Holding a tablet or a phone in your hand, it's a machine and you and the author. There's a machine in between. But holding a book, you feel that you are with the author. You're conversing with the author. So there is always the intimacy of the conventional book that I like. Maybe the youngsters maybe prefer the tablet or the smartphone. But I find it very disturbing because I keep surfing. Put off the book and look for something else. There are too many applications in that machine. You apply a lot of things, you don't apply your mind. The problem is that. So the conventional book is here to stay. And literature is here to stay. You cannot get away with the literature because whatever the world has achieved is through the writings, through the literature. What we know is through what we read. Most of the things that we know is through what we read. What we experience in our minds or in our hearts. So that is the importance of a literature festival, and I like literature festivals. Because here people are brought together, they communicate, they express. And literature festivals have become multifaceted now. As I came here, I walked into the Lithuanian artists exhibition. It's a very beautiful exhibition. Watercolors with transparent water. And it was a very, very striking exhibition. The use of watercolor to show the depth of water. What lies inside the water? It's like looking into your own mind. Then I went to the other exhibition from Pondicherry. It's about herbs and plants. It's a very interesting way of learning things. And art teaches you, no matter how old you are, you keep discovering something nice in a book or in a painting or in a poem. There's always a discovery. There's always something new to learn. And Hyderabad Literature Festival, I think, is now 15 years. And it has many more years to go. I'm sure because people in Hyderabad love literature. Since I've come here, I must have got hundreds of books. And when I look at the covers of the books, I find that they are from literature to poems to scientific, documents. People in Hyderabad love to write on various subjects, on mythology. So that's a very wonderful thing. It adds to the vibrancy of this place. So we know that Hyderabad is not only a city of tall buildings, of glass and steel. It is also a city of warm-hearted people. It's a city of poetry. It's a city of, discovery. And that's why it is today developing so fast. Because it has the, infrastructure and it has the vibrancy of the human mind. So I am very happy to be here, and especially to meet Shabana ji. I am a great fan of our movie. In our times, we didn't have the smartphone, we were all movie buffs. From a movie like Ankur to Amar Akbar Anthony. That is very creative. That is very, very creative. There are very few artists in Indian cinema could do that. Some were clubbed as, mainstream artists, and some were parallel cinema, but she did both. And both with such perfection. She could entertain you, she could make you think. So I am very happy to be here and meet all of you. And maybe next year we will have a festival in the Raj Bhavan, or Hyderabad, Northeast Connect. Because I think Northeast literature is still very much unknown. Though a lot of people are publishing now, and a lot of poets have come up, but it requires some. And to be Northeast, Hyderabad also should be known. It could be a part of the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat program that is taking place. That how we think alike. Maybe we may be far geographically not so well connected, emotionally with Northeast, but people there also think alike. The thinking alike makes Ek Bharat. And we all when think alike or know for progress, for development, for the society, then become Shresth Bharat. So it could be part of the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat program, and we'll work out with you, we'll get in touch with you all who are organizing this Hyderabad Fest. After all, we have the experience. We have the eagerness to do it, but you have the experience. We'll get connected with you, and I hope Shabana will invite you for the Northeast. Hyderabad Connect. I see her deep connection with Hyderabad. She was born here, she has a lot of cousins, she was telling me. That's another wonderful discovery I have made today. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words of encouragement, support, and of course, so much of wisdom and knowledge. Grateful to learn that you are also a fan of Shabana ji, like so many of us. I would request you to felicitate her. She has also achieved a very important milestone in her film career. Request Honorable Governor to felicitate our special guest, Shabana Azmi. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to felicitate Her Excellency, the Lithuanian Ambassador to India. I would request my colleague festival directors, Amita, Professor Vijay Kumar and Kinera, to honor our chief guest, Excellency the Governor. And to conclude the inaugural ceremony, I would request Kinera Murthy to give the vote of thanks.
On all our behalf, we would like to felicitate the chair.
Guests on the day and off the days, and friends of the Hyderabad Literary Festival who come in such large numbers. Before I proceed with my vote of thanks, I would like to recognize the presence of the Sattva Group Head, Mr. Vijay Agarwal, Chairman and Managing Director, and Mrs. Neeru Agarwal, Director Sattva Group. I request them to please felicitate our distinguished guests on the stage. The Hyderabad Literary Festival is an independent festival, as my colleagues have already said and our festival chair also said, and it's managed completely with voluntary effort. We stand tall on the shoulders of so many people who have come together and magically create this 3-day, 15-screen bonanza that is open and free to all and will ever be free to all, always. First and foremost, our deepest gratitude to the Honorable Governor of Telangana, Shri Jishnudev Verma, a distinguished man of letters and of the arts himself, for acceding to our request and giving a very high-profile beginning to the 15th edition of HLF 2025, despite the various claims on his time. It augurs very well for the success of this festival. Thank you, sir. Gertama Ambassadore Yana Miskavicene, Hyderabad Swaitina Yus, Eko Yeme Yums, Karatri Kote in Katiratuva, Stiko Bhutas, Salas Vyashna, Shumotu, Hyderabado Literaturo Festivalia. Madam, thank you for gracing this occasion and for being personally involved in every aspect of Lithuania's participation as our guest nation and readily acceding to every single request from us. We thank you and your wonderful team for bringing us a wonderful basket of authors, artists, and their art and literature, with you yourself participating as an author in our festival. Shabana Azmi Sahaba, the icon of my youth and even now. It's wonderful that you accepted to come to your Nanihal, Hyderabad, to mark and celebrate your 50 years on the silver screen, which delightfully coincides with our 15th landmark edition. We are totally happy. Thank you so much for acceding and coming. Shri Jayesh Ranjan, our festival chair, he actually returned from Davos today early morning. He has been a pillar of support to us despite his heavily packed schedule. And here we would like to acknowledge the tremendous support we receive from our festival committee members, Shri G.V. Prasad, Dr. C. Ram Manohar Reddy, Dr. Y.V. Reddy, Ms. Nandini Rao, Mr. Bashir Babu Khan, Ms. Anuradha Gunupati, Mr. Faiz Khan, Mr. Masiyuddin Ahmed, and Ms. Veena Kamlapalli Rani. They help us in more ways than one, including sponsorships and mobility support and whatnot. We are deeply grateful to Sattva Knowledge City management and staff for offering us this beautiful campus and giving us full cooperation. We had to extend our activities this year, and T-Hub very graciously came forward to welcome and host HLF, adjusting their own schedule. We are truly grateful to them. We have broad-minded, generous patrons of literature, arts and culture, without whose support we would not have been able to conduct this festival. Our patrons, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories and Indian Immunologicals Limited, gave us a big head start with their spontaneous and large contributions. IIL, Indian Immunologicals that is, has consistently supported us since 9 years. Thank you, Dr. K. Anand Kumar, for believing in us and supporting us wholeheartedly. Mr. G.B. Prasad and Ms. Anuradha Gunupati strongly championed our cause
and urged many a city-alite and several corporates to support us. We are deeply indebted to you both. NATCO has generously supported us last year and this year. Thank you for reposing faith in us. Mr. Rajiv Nannapaneni and Swati Kantamani. Our gold sponsors last year and this year again, the ebullient Ms. Shilpa Reddy of Saptagir and the soft-spoken gentleman, Mr. NPS Shin of Bakelite. A very big thank you to both of you. There are several who have helped us, but I can acknowledge only a few. Please pardon me if I am not able to acknowledge everybody. Daifuku, Granules India, Almond House, Satwa, Department of Culture, Government of Telangana, British Council, Art for Causes, Westland, Raheja, individual donors also like Ms. Kavita and Mr. Hari Bukana, Mr. Vagish Dikshit, Pleach India, Nava Foundation, Mason Ready Mix, Sakshi, who have given liberally. Student Tribe joined us this year as a student outreach partner, giving us a shot of vibrant youthful energy. A special mention for Orient Black Swan, our partner since 15 years, burning midnight oil with us every year because it's always down to the wire for the publication to bring out the tabloids on schedule. A simple thank you won't do, but it's inadequate, but it will have to do for this occasion. We have several partners in mobility and hospitality here who have given us an enormous helping hand. A few are Vibrant Group, L&T Metro, Swida, Clarion, Trident, and Tales of Telugu and others. There are many more. I'm simply not going to list them only because there's paucity of time. Several organizations in Hyderabad do the programming with us because HLF cannot be managed only by a single person or organization. Saptaparni, Shankar Narayan Architects, Sai City, Eco Galaxy, Blue Pencil, Save the Rock Society, NRB, Moving Images, Blue Pencil, the entire staff of Goethe Zentrum. So Goethe Zentrum is the backbone of this festival. And the loan coordinator of HLF. It is a contribution of all these and more that has made this big ocean called HLF. My core group, Professor Usha Raman, Dr. Uma Sridhar, Professor Giridhar, Dr. Urvi Desai, Mr. Shreyas, Dr. Somnath Karak, Mr. Teja Balantrapu, Sunita Reddy, Sadhana Ramchandar, Lakshmi Shankar and Shreya Gupta, thank you very much for working and bringing out a wonderful programming for this festival. I have saved a special thank you for all those authors who came on their own and helped us out to bring in more authors. We can't tell you how grateful we are for your gesture. A special thanks to the Sindhi contingent for owning it up and making it as your own festival. Over the years, our colleagues have journeyed with us. Like my colleague mentioned, Vijay mentioned in his speech, Mr. G.S.P. Rao, who founded this along with Vijay and retired now. Then for some years, we had Srinivasa Murthy. They journeyed with us. One person whose presence we miss sorely is our dear colleague Ajay Gandhi, in whose memory we have the festival valedictory session. It's now time to begin the festivities of our Dhamakedar Damadam Mast Kalandar 15th edition of HLF, which will be a success because of you, our audiences. Cheers! Thank you one and all.